views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Alien Stone, and thanks for being beamed aboard the mothership for another episode of it's not Inside the Mothership, it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Broadcasting to you live on alienxradio.com, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, Lime City Radio, and the Paranormal Junkyard Radio Network. Wherever you are listening, you can give me a call live on the air at 1-313-444-8919. Again, that's 1-313-444-8919. Man, I don't know what's coming up on the show today. All kinds of uncertainty and craziness in the world. We'll try to keep your mind off of some of it, but I'm sure that we'll have no choice but to turn head on into it at some point. I'm going to bring you a little story time today. Haven't done that in a long time. A classic episode of Story Time. I'll probably do that in the first part of hour number 2. I'm going to bring you Italian Heaven is the name of Story Time this week. Bad movie flashbacks on the way, as well as classic episodes of Just a Few Questions and the review of Just a Few Questions, the brand new episode that premiered yesterday during Inside the Mothership, which airs at 12 noon Eastern, right here on this fantastic station as well. So, this week's brand new episode of Just a Few Questions is called Social Media Makeover. And that, like I said, is coming up. That'll be in hour number 3. But classic episodes all the way up to that point. As well as whatever you want to talk about by giving me a call live on the air at 1-313-444-8919. Or you can Skype me at AlienStone1. That's Alienstone and the number 1. Don't spell out the word 1 because you'd be wrong. Alienstone1. You can send me text messages that way as well. If you're in a band, you want your music to be featured on the show or on the station, by all means, send me MP3s to newmusic at alienxradio.com. That's newmusic at alienxradio.com. We're going to go ahead and start things off the way we always do with a bit of a history lesson on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
August 10th, 1977. Accused son of Sam, serial killer David Berkowitz, is arrested in Yonkers, New York. The 24-year-old postal worker is wanted for slaying 6 people and wounding 7 others in nearby New York City. John Keenan is chief of detectives for the NYPD.
He was apprehended. He was advised of his rights. He was resigned to what appeared to be his fate. He made a statement, well, you got me.
Berkowitz is sentenced to 365 years in prison after confessing to the killings that panicked the Big Apple. 1969. In Los Angeles, Leno and Rosemary LaBianca are murdered in their home by members of Charles Manson's cult. They are slain a day after the cult kills movie actress Sharon Tate and 4 others in her home. 1921.
The war was won by Republicans as well as by Democrats.
Franklin D. Roosevelt is stricken with polio at his summer home on the Canadian island of Campobello. The disease paralyzes the future president for the rest of his life. 1988. An apology and compensation for Japanese Americans forced to relocate to internment camps during World War II. President Ronald Reagan signs a measure providing $20,000 payments to surviving detainees of the camps. And 1846, birth of the Smithsonian Institution, the world's largest museum complex. With a stroke of a pen, President James Polk establishes the educational and research facility based in Washington. Today in history, August 10th, Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
All right, going to start things off with an original tune by mine. That's right, Alien Stone with Super Zombies on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Chocolate pudding? Does anyone want this last chocolate pudding? I have just one chocolate pudding left. It's only pulled away from the side of the dish about 3 inches all the way around. And there's a huge fault running through the center of the pudding. Actually, it's nothing but a ball of skin at this point. Does anyone want a ball of fault-ridden chocolate pudding skin? I'm only going to throw it away. Do people do that with you? Offer you some food that if you don't eat it, they're only going to throw it away. Well, doesn't that make you feel dandy?
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No.
Welcome to Tromaville High, an average American high school, with one exception. It's located only 1 mile away from a nuclear power plant. They said it was 100% safe. But they were wrong. Welcome to the class of Newcomb High. Yes, at Newcomb High, strange things are happening. The Honor Society has changed from a group of clean-cut preppies into a vicious gang of cretins. The teenage student body is transformed into horrifying mutations. And physical education is turned into a nightmare of violence. Introducing Warren and Chrissy.
I love you.
2 young lovers caught in a world gone mad.
To die!
Yes, at Newcomb High, anything can happen. And does. The class of Newcomb High, where you'll learn the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and radiation. The class of Newcomb High. Rated R.
Teeth that never did sink in.
into many wasted nights. Do I need to explain? I'm on the where thou give me shelter from that heavy rain. So many hungry days into many wasted nights. Do I need to explain? Well, I'm on the where thou give me shelter from that heavy rain.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Bus commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome.
Alrighty, folks, so welcome back to The Attack. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space. And just got to give you a little update, guys. I know you guys you're so used to, Alien Stone is playing music, he's happy right now, but here it comes. He's always going to be bitching about something, right? Well, of course. As long as I live on planet Earth, there will be things to bitch about. Now, you all remember how we went a few weeks without any shows because Comcrap and Expupian decided in their infinite wisdom to screw up my signal, I guess, for 4 straight weeks and pretend like they had nobody working for the company that could do anything about it. I was talking to a automated system for 4 weeks straight, but after 4 weeks, they finally got the internet all up and running, and the entire time, when I did actually speak to people online and finally on the phone later on, after sending out 2 separate texts, they told me that rest assured, you will be compensated for all of your inconvenience. You had no service for 2 of those 4 weeks, and you had half service for the other 2. So you will definitely be compensated. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, I've received my bill, and they have compensated me. They have decided that 2 weeks of absolutely no service and 2 weeks of half service is worth $10 off of my bill. $10 off of my bill. $10 does not cover the aggravation of being on the phone for as long as I did. $10? Are you kidding me? $10. Comcast, I'm telling you what, folks. It's amazing. It's amazing to me how a company can say that they have a customer service department that basically just craps in their hand and then slaps you in the face with it. Tells you a bunch of crap, puts you in circles, running around. You have no idea what's going on because they don't really know what's going on. And then, again, with the other hand, crap in that one and slap you from the other direction saying, oh, we're going to compensate you with $10 whole. I spent probably 2 hours total on the phone in the first week. So $5 an hour is what my time is worth to you, and I guarantee you that you on the phone avoiding my conversation and avoiding my questions is making far more than that. Yeah. Comcrab Cablevision, folks. Just saying. They're a monster. Nikki Taylor, rather, on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Ah!
Secrets hide, I'll never tell. Seems like I'm running and acting like someone else. Don't care.
this joint.
All the movies that are made in Japan have monsters in them. Monsters are just taking care of business on Tokyo, boy. They just, woo, you know. And like it makes me wonder, like, what would be a Japanese insurance commercial over there in Japan? Can you imagine a widow trying to collect on her husband's policy? Tell me once again, Mrs. Okachaba, how did Hideo die? Well, he was bitten in half by Godzilla. Oh, that is most unfortunate because, as I see by your policy, he was only covered for Rodan and the giant behemoth.
And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
Live from NPR News, I'm Corva Coleman. Talks on Capitol Hill to reach a new coronavirus relief bill remain stalled. So on Saturday, President Trump issued 4 executive actions aimed at providing some economic relief. As NPR's Rachel Treisman reports, Democratic lawmakers are unhappy with his stopgap measures.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer slammed the president's actions, saying they fall short of what's needed for the economy. Pelosi also called them absurdly unconstitutional. Both urged Republicans to return to the table and hammer out a compromise. White House Trade Advisor Peter Navarro defended the president's orders and illegality in a Sunday appearance on NBC's Meet the Press. He also said there will be no need for the president to act if Congress can come up with a solution.
The Lord and the Founding Fathers created executive orders because of partisan bickering and divided government.
After weeks of negotiations, Republicans and Democrats remain trillions of dollars apart on a potential stimulus bill. Rachel Treisman, NPR News.
5 million people have been infected with the coronavirus in the U.S. Now there is a rise in reports about people having symptoms weeks and even months after their infections have cleared. NPR's Patty Naiman reports.
Lingering symptoms include fatigue, shortness of breath, headaches, confusion, and mental fogginess, among others. This isn't typical, say doctors, but it's worrisome. Like so much about the disease, it's just not known why some patients are likely to have prolonged symptoms. It seems to echo the severity of the disease itself. The sicker patients are, the more complications they suffer, the more difficult their recovery. For those in hospital intensive care, recovery can take months. Others can feel back to normal in just a few weeks. Doctors say large studies are needed to figure out why some people are susceptible in order to treat and even prevent the problem. Patty Naiman, NPR News.
Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar is visiting Taiwan to discuss management of the pandemic. His trip has angered China, which considers Taiwan a renegade province. A media mogul in Hong Kong and a fierce critic of China's ruling Communist Party has been arrested and accused of colluding with foreign powers. NPR's Emily Fang reports Jimmy Lai is the most prominent person arrested so far under a sweeping new national security law imposed by China.
Lai runs Next Digital and its affiliated newspaper Apple Daily, a staunchly pro-democratic publication. A close aide said Lai and his two sons, who are not employed with Next Digital, were being investigated. Lai had written in previous months predicting his own arrest under the national security law, which Beijing imposed on Hong Kong in late June.
NPR's Emily Fang reporting. China says it will sanction 11 Americans in retaliation for U.S. sanctions imposed last week over Hong Kong. The Chinese sanctions include Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, whom China had already sanctioned. You're listening to NPR News.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some Freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Less commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome!
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Attack. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space, broadcasting to you live from the other side of Planet Chaos, directly into your vajir holes on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, Lime City Radio, and the Paranormal Junkyard Radio Network. Not to mention, but I'm going to, some of our fantastic affiliates in replay and syndication around the world. Great stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, and other great stations like Western Reserve Digital Radio, IRN Internet Radio, and 97.1 KGSB FM, Get Smashed Radio in Seattle, Washington, amongst many others. Remember, folks, When I tell you to submit your MP3s as a band, I mean it, man, because you will be heard on all those stations and many others all around the world. Earlier, we heard a song by a band called Scary Box. They're from Italy. I'm in Detroit. They contact me through a station that they're listening to in the UK. Bam, bingity bang bang. They're being played on our station. It got picked up by another radio station and another radio station and so on. And they tell two friends and they tell two friends and so on and so on. This is how internet radio works in networking, people. You're not going to get that kind of one-on-one attention from terrestrial radio. And terrestrial radio, while they may have large numbers of listeners, those large numbers of listeners all exist in one little area. Internet radio is worldwide, folks. Worldwide. Listening to your local radio station or being played on that local radio station will not get you heard in London if you are in Connecticut. Send me your stuff. New music at alienxradio.com. New music at alienxradio.com. MP3s are preferred, but you can send me Dropbox links. Sometimes I get them from Google Drive. Some people send me those. Just make sure they're MP3s, folks. Not videos, not WAV files. MP3s. And also, make sure that in the title of the MP3, your band or artist name is included. I have a whole file full of songs that the artist never bothered to give me the artist name. Can't use them. Well, I can, but what good does it do you? Anyway, I'm rambling on and on and on again. I should probably find some of that music that's been submitted to the station for your Vajir holes right now. I'm going to go old school. This is a band that's been played on the station since almost the beginning. They used to be a top 10 artist on the Alien X Radio Top 10 Count-Up weekly. They used to occupy the top 3 slots at some point. And since this particular song, which is, in my opinion, their number one hit, which was the longest-running number one song on Alien X Radio at the time, and it has now become the theme song for another internet radio show called The Charles Richardson Show. And the tune is by a band called 23EXP, and this tune is called Stand Up. And it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Coming up after this is a classic episode of Just a Few Questions.
Too high, get to see the light. Yeah, it's true, been there before. But now the sun don't hurt me. It blinded me permanently. Stronger, feeling free with the shadows of the night.
is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on!
You know, you haven't stopped talking since I came here. You must have been vaccinated with a phonograph needle.
A spicy meatball!
Jackson, Jackson's best. Campfire and starry nights. His name is Kai. Dreaming of doors and shooting bugs at deer camp. At deer camp. Oh. And deer camp.
It's a good song, right, everybody?
No work here, no what's here, no yes here, November, 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 November.
Just a few questions.
That's right. It is time for just a few questions. We have established that 1 is 1, 2 is a couple, 3 is a few, and we have just a few questions. Are you ready, sir?
All set, baby.
You really like it when we have guests. That way you're not...
No, it's funny. I'm working right now on getting a few of the guys to come on May 20th.
So we make them answer just a few
We're
questions.
making them answer just a few questions. And some of them have answered a few questions. But we'll make them do it again.
Gotcha.
It's our ship. We'll do what we want. Right?
That's right.
All right, what you got?
Let's see how this one works out
Okay,
this week.
cool.
Just a few questions. Number 1. Question number 1.
Question number 1.
You are an old-timey villain.
I like it already.
And after a long black and white silent film battle, you have captured 4 of your enemies. Using people that you know. People that you know. Who did you A, tie to the railroad tracks?
Oh, shit.
B, tie to a rocket and blast into space? C, tie to a stack of dynamite and blow up? Or D, let go because despite them being your arch nemesis, you owe them in some way? Wow, it's a thinker.
So I have to think of people of who I would do this to?
Right, so people that you know.
Okay. Who I would... What was the first one?
Who are you going to tie to the railroad tracks?
People that I know that want to tie... My villains.
You're the villain.
I'm the villain.
You're the villain.
So I'm just going to...
Who do you want to tie to the railroad tracks?
Oh, my gosh, dude. Okay. I'm not going to use names.
Okay.
Okay, because I can't.
All right.
But can I say work person A?
Okay.
I could be more specific. I could be like...
we can always turn on, like... Well, I don't know if we could turn on your a voice changer or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's not really me talking anymore. Because it doesn't sound like me, so it's not me.
Can we do that?
You would say work person A.
Okay.
So you're going to make it easy. They're going to say work person A.
Work person A, it's going to be. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, but think about the cool answers, though. Like, who would you tie to a rocket and blast into space?
Okay, that would be Marcy.
No! You got names now.
Okay, I'll give you names. I don't care.
All right, so you tie her to the rocket and blast her into space.
I tie her to the rocket and put her in outer space just because nobody can hear her in outer space.
Oh, got
See,
you.
now I'm going to go... Yeah.
There's your reasoning.
Okay, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Okay,
now
what was
you
the
got
first...
it.
What was number 1 again?
Number 1 was who do you want to tie to the railroad track?
Is there a train coming?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to tie Emily to the train.
Emily
because
is tied to the train.
I think that she could stop the train if she was in front of the train.
she could derail it.
She could derail the train.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then you're going to put Marcy in space.
Marcy in space.
So nobody can hear her.
Yup.
And then 3, tied to a stack of dynamite and blown up.
Oh. I'm going to say my ex-girlfriend, Brenda.
Your ex-girlfriend Brenda, you're going to tie her to the dynamite and blow her up.
Yep, blow her up.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yep.
That's healthy.
Yep.
And the final one is, who are you going to let go because despite them being your arch nemesis, you owe them in some way? It's a love-hate relationship kind of thing.
I see. That's a tough one. I would have to say one of my brothers, if not both of them. Can it be a duo?
Sure.
I'd say my brothers then.
All right. So there you go. There you have it.
Oh, look at me being all sentimental right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's done. What's question number 2?
Question number 2. Question number 2 is, during a spelunking trip overseas...
A spelunking trip?
you are caught in a cave-in. The people trapped with you are Chevy Chase, Adele, Betty White, Larry the Cable Guy, Courtney Love, Larry King, and Shaq. Okay, they were on the spelunking trip with you. You're all stuck in the cave now, caved in. After a week, you have to start making decisions. Who do you choose for each of these? A, who do you choose to be in charge of digging and debris removal?
Shaq.
Shaq. That's a good answer. If I had the ding, 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 I'd give you that, man. Ding, 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 ding. I got a little one. Hands up.
You got a little ding?
Apparently so.
I got a small ding.
Little ding. It works out that way.
Okay. So digging a hole?
Shaq.
That'd be Shaq.
Because he's going to lift all the heavy rocks.
He's big.
He's like a bulldozer of a person.
And he should, yeah.
So, B, who is going to be in charge of setting up your new government? Because you're going to be there forever. So who's going to set up the new government?
Who are my things again?
Your choices are Chevy Chase, Adele, Betty White, Larry the Cable Guy, Courtney Love, Larry King, and Shaq.
I'm going to say Larry King's going to be the setting up government.
Good answer. Yep. Because he would know the most about it.
Exactly.
Very good.
Even though he doesn't know the most about it.
Right.
You know.
he would be the most qualified.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
He would be most qualified to not know anything about it.
Yep.
Okay. C. Who would be the first to be eaten?
Oh, man.
Again, you have Chevy Chase, Adele, Betty White.
Adele.
Thank you. Yep. She would feed the most.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Keep everybody doing their jobs.
That's right. Everybody has their job that they can do. She's not going to sing. It's not going to...
Exactly. That's all I'm going to know her for, so, yeah.
And now...
Okay.
Finally...
Okay.
Who's in charge of procreation?
One of the 3 that are left?
Because you have to continue, right? So you have to...
So it's obviously got to be Courtney Love, right? Who am I going to put her with?
Or Betty White.
Well, here's what we can do. The remainders would have to be in charge of that. Everybody else would be in charge of that. So you got Courtney Love and Betty White, but who would I put with Courtney Love and who would I put with Betty White?
Well, Betty White, let's be honest, okay? She's not going to do very much good.
That's true.
As far as procreation.
All right, so Courtney Love.
I mean...
And she's probably not either. I'm sure all the stuff that she's done in her past have destroyed that.
Right. It's wrecked.
It's right.
It's wrecked.
No signs
but
of...
she is probably, I guess she would have to be the one. But then everybody would die with syphilis anyway.
That's true.
Or something.
I think her and Larry the Cable Guy would be a funny thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Larry the Cable Guy and Courtney Love. Because you would obviously need 2, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, there you go.
So they're in charge. Question number 3.
Question number 3.
Oh my God, it was over, right? No, it's not.
No. I thought that was a lot of questions. A lot of things to think about.
Yeah. You go on a camping...
You're going on a camping trip.
You go on a camping trip with friends. You do a lot of drinking the first night and get completely smashed. The next morning, you wake up face down with your ass in the air and your pants around your ankles. Do you A, ask your friends what happened the night before? B, Kill everyone on the campsite, leaving no witnesses. C. Remain silent for 20 years before coming forward with a Me Too campaign. Or D. Want to go camping?
It would be B.
B. Kill everybody in the campground.
Maybe ask a few questions before I do it. I might interrogate a couple people. Be like,
ask the questions while they're tied to a burning log.
What do you know? Right? And that would be the question to everyone. What do you know? No, you know something. What do you know? Nope. You're lying to me. You're done. And then just go on down the line.
Oh man. How do you like that?
I can accept those just a few questions. You made me think a lot, though, dude.
Yeah, this
time. And then try to remember people's.
Yeah, see? I put a little of it on you.
Yeah.
Got complicated this week.
You did. It was just a few questions with a twist.
I think I figured out why they call him Roach Clip. Because Potholder was already taken.
Hey, I'll blow your freaking head off. Hey, look out, son, that's danger. You gotta spill your beer.
Little surprises around every corner, but nothing dangerous.
They're just an illusion. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. That's how House Speaker Nancy Pelosi describes President Trump's executive orders on coronavirus relief. She's been helping to lead the stuck negotiations with the White House and Republicans over a new package.
The president said Democrats were not willing to negotiate on evictions, relief payments, and unemployment benefits. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer disputed that on ABC's This Week, saying it was the administration that has been inflexible.
I said to them, this means it's your way or the highway, and they basically said, yes, that is not the way to create a deal.
Some say the orders circumvent Congress. White House advisor Peter Navarro on NBC's Meet the Press said they have the authority.
And I'm confident that every single one of those orders which cleared through the Office of Legal Counsel will stand up.
The president says he anticipates court battles over his actions. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
More schools open today with modifications due to coronavirus.
School in much of the southern U.S. begins in August, not September, and school begins today in Orlando and Orange County, Florida. For the next 9 days at least, teachers will instruct via video conferencing.
And while the beginning of school for us looks much different than it has in the past, and in the past, it's usually very smooth, we know that this start may be a little choppy.
The district's Scott Howitt says it still is distributing computers to students, and they've been in contact with internet service providers to be sure student households will have enough bandwidth. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
There's looting in Chicago overnight, people smashing windows and stealing from stores and fighting with police. That started after a young man was shot and wounded by police yesterday afternoon. He was a suspect. The pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai is arrested in Hong Kong under China's new national security law. America's listening to Fox News.
You know, it's about to start getting pretty hot outside. I think it's time I have a professional check out my air conditioning unit.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cooling. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
All right, welcome back to The Attack. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Hour number 2 of our 3-hour broadcast. That's right, we're screaming through the galaxy at triple redunculous speeds. But do not worry, the gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertial canceller is canceling, and the deflector array, well, I've been out there already, and I've changed the mask because it was already starting to smell like beer and Doritos. So, yeah, change your mask once in a while, folks. I'm just saying, because that funky smell that you smell is actually coming from inside your mouth. Yes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the hour number 2 underway. We're already behind the 8 ball, as it would be, and I think that some of the people in Congress are actually smoking 8 balls right now. But we'll get over that as we do a little music for your Vajir holes. How about that? We start things off last hour with an original tune by myself, which was called Super Zombies. Well, now I'm going to play a tune that is another original tune. This was from a band I was in called Freakstar. So we're going to start things off with a tune called Chemicals on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Dark and cold, it could be dressed to kill. It could be anywhere or anytime to catch a thrill. It pulls out all the stops. Will it rock you to the core? Will it chews you up and it spits you out and it leaves you wanting more? I guess I'll never see the chemicals inside of me. You and my light show are beginning to bother me. Can be quite persuasive. Well, it can be such a thrill. You can laugh and you can cry. You can kill it surely well. I guess I'll never see the chemicals inside of me. You and my light show are beginning to bother me. Well, it feels like there's nothing I can do. When I'm at the bottom of the stack and I blame it all on you. It's an evil plaything, my laziness
This is Rob K from the Creeping Chaos, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
I used to be a nice girl. Until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
Hello, and welcome to Storytime. I'm your host, Alien Stone. Today's story takes us to the pearly gates of heaven, where we find 3 Italian gentlemen standing with St. Peter. Having all died at the exact same moment, and there being only one opening in heaven, St. Peter has to determine which one will enter.
Hey, where are we? It's so cloudy, I cannot see.
I can't see any street lights or landmarks.
Oh, we could be dead.
Dead? What do you mean dead? We could be dead. Well, actually, I guess I could be dead. Welcome, gentlemen. You have arrived at the gates of heaven. Oh, but I see there has been a bit of a mix. You see, there is only room in heaven for one, and you are 3. It means I can only allow one of you to enter the kingdom of heaven. Sadly, that means that the other 2 will have to remain here outside the gates in limbo forever.
To be clear, you said forever?
Yes, forever. I'm sorry, did you say forever? Did I stutter? But how will I decide?
St. Peter thought for a moment and came up with the answer.
I will ask each of you to tell me the story of your death. The one with the most interesting tale to tell will gain entry to heaven.
The men looked at each other nervously, but agreed. St. Peter pointed at the first man.
You will go first. Tell me, how did you die?
The first man stepped forward and, while putting on his best sorry face, began to tell his tale.
Well, St. Peter, this is my story. I work hard my whole life. On one day, I feel like I want to go home a little early. I don't feel so good. So I decided I'm going to go home a little early. So St. Peter, when I arrive at the house, I open up the door and I walk inside. And what do I find inside of my apartment? I find my wife. My wife is lying in the bed, and she is naked, St. Peter. She is naked in the bed, St. Peter, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, why would my wife be naked in the bed at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? So I think to myself, St. Peter, St. Peter, my wife, she is cheating on me. So I know that somewhere inside of this apartment is a guy, because she is still naked. So the guy is in this apartment somewhere. So St. Peter, I said to myself, I'm going to find this guy, and I'm going to make him pay for the messing with my wife. So St. Peter, I started looking around for him. So St. Peter, the first place I look is under the bed. St. Peter, there is no room under the bed. I cannot find it. There's nobody under the bed. So St. Peter, I say, maybe he's hiding inside of the closet. So St. Peter, I go over to the closet and I swing the door open to the closet, and St. Peter, all of my wives' shoes come tumbling down and pouring down on top of me. There's nothing in the closet but my wife's shoes. She's got a ton of shoes, a shit ton of shoes, all piled up in the closet. So St. Peter, he was not inside of the closet. So St. Peter, I go over and I look out of the window, and St. Peter, outside, hanging from the windowsill, was this guy. That's right, there was a guy hanging from the windowsill. So St. Peter, I get mad. So St. Peter, I go and I get a stick. And St. St. Peter, I take a stick and I start smacking him in the knuckles with a stick. I say, you messing with my wife. And he says, no, I no messing with your wife. Stop hitting me with a stick. And I say, no. And St. Peter, he don't fall. He's still hanging on to the windowsill. So St. Peter, I get really mad. So St. Peter, what I do next? I get out onto the windowsill. St. Peter, I standing out on the windowsill. And St. Peter, I am so mad. I started jumping up and down on his hands. And St. Peter, he just screaming and screaming. He say, stop jumping up and down on my hands. And I say, St. Peter, I say, no. I say, no, you messing with my wife. And he don't fall. He don't fall. So St. Peter, I get really mad. So St. Peter, I go back inside of the apartment. And I go and I grab the refrigerator. So St. Peter, I take the refrigerator and I drag the refrigerator across the room. And St. Peter, I turn it on its side and I push it out of the window. And just as it's about to fall out of the window, St. Peter, the leg on the refrigerator, it grab a hold of my belt. And St. Peter, when I let go, it'll pull me. And St. Peter, it'll pull me out of the window. And I fall, St. Peter, and that is how I die.
When he had finished, the man fell silent again and stepped back with the others. St. Peter was stunned after hearing the first man's story. But after a moment, he turned to the second man, asking him the same question.
Now you will tell me your story.
The second man stepped forward, and while giving the first man the evil eye, he began to tell the tale of his death.
St. Peter, here is my story. I work hard my whole life. I don't bother nobody. I keep it to myself and I work hard. I'm an honest man. St. Peter, I started working for the window washing company, St. Peter, and I work my way up. And now, St. Peter, I own my own window washing company. So, St. Peter, I was just working. I was minding my own business. I was out of washing a window. I was hanging onto the scaffolding. And St. Peter, the wind started blowing. And St. Peter, the wind started blowing in the scaffolding. It started to move in side to side. But St. Peter, I'm not scared because I've been a window washer. I've been a window washer my whole life. So I am not scared. So St. Peter, I lean out and I continue to wash the window. But St. Peter, the rope, it is all afraid. I know, not scared, afraid. So it is afraid of ropes, St. Peter. So it starts to come undone. And St. Peter, it let it go. And St. Peter, the side of the scaffolding, it'll fall down. And St. Peter, I started to fall. But I reach out, St. Peter, and I grab a hold of the rope. And now I'm hanging onto the rope, St. Peter. I'm hanging onto the rope, and I'm saying to God, don't let me fall. And St. Peter, the wind is blowing, and I'm swinging it back and forth. But St. Peter, as I said, the rope, it was afraid. So St. Peter, it come undone. And St. Peter, I fall. But by the grace of God, St. Peter, I reach out and I grab a hold of a windowsill. And St. Peter, I'm hanging onto the windowsill and saying, oh, please, don't let me fall. But then St. Peter, this is a crazy man. He comes up to the window and he says, what are you doing out on my windowsill and what are you doing with my wife? And I said, no, I'm not messing with your wife. I'm falling, I hang onto the windowsill. But no, St. Peter, he starts hitting me with a stick. St. Peter, this man, he started hitting me in my hands with a stick, but no, I hang on to the windowsill. I continue to hang on to the windowsill, St. Peter. But then St. Peter, he comes back and he climbs out onto the windowsill and he starts jumping up and down on my hand. He said, you're messing with my wife. I said, no, I am not messing with your wife. Please stop jumping down on my hands. I try to hang on to the windowsill. And then St. Peter, he go back inside and I think, oh, now is my time. I should climb up and get inside. But no, St. Peter. Then come out of the window was the refrigerator. A refrigerator come out of the window. And St. Peter, it pushing me off the windowsill and I fall. And St. Peter, that is how I die.
After telling St. Peter his story, he stepped back with the others, punching the first man in the arm. St. Peter, again, could not believe his ears. After a moment, he turned to the third man.
Is your story more interesting than those? If so, you could gain entry to the kingdom of heaven. Just tell me your story.
The third man walked up to St. Peter, leaned his elbow on the podium, and began to explain the manner of his death.
Hey, St. Peter, check it out. These guys, they work hard all their lives. I don't work hard. Okay, I work smart. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, St. Peter? Okay. I'm a gigolo, okay? All right? I'm a gigolo. So get this. I'm all hanging out over at my girlfriend's house, right? And, we're getting it on, and we've been getting it on, and it's all sweaty and hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, St. Peter? You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Anyway, I'm about ready to paint the town white, if you know what I'm saying, right? Well, anyway, all of a sudden, we then hear some keys rustling around at the front door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you do. So this bitch tells me, she goes, hey, that's my husband coming home early, right? So I'm like, no, we can't have that, right? Because like I said, I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So she said, well, you better hide someplace because my husband's got a gun. And if he catches you in here messing around with me, he's going to shoot you. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So anyway, so she says, hey, you got to hide, right? So hey, check this out. She says, hide under the bed. So we go over to the bed. I lift up the covers and look, and guess what? There's not enough room under the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because she's got one of them low profile mattresses, you know what I'm saying? And there's no room for you to get underneath there. But it's good for when you want to jump up in the bed, you know what I'm saying? But it's not so good for when you want to hide underneath it. So anyway, so what we did then is she goes, hey, real quick, man, he's on the third lock. Because it's a bad neighborhood. Thank goodness for that. Anyway, she said, you got to hide inside the closet, right? So we go over to the closet, and I start to creep open the closet, and I hear boom, all the stuff starting to hit the door, right? And I'm looking at stacks. I'm looking through the crack, and there's like stacks of like all kinds of shoes and stuff in there. And I'm like, there's no room for me in there. Why would you tell me to hide in the closet, bitch? You know you got all that shit in there. So I went ahead and I closed the door the rest of the way. I'm like, what are we going to do now? And she's like, hey, why don't you get out on the ledge? I'm like, out on the ledge, the windowsill? Are you out of your off mind? And she's like, no, I'm telling you, that's the best place. So I go and I look, and I'm like, hell no, that's a skinny little ledge, man. I can't stand on that. I don't think so. So I'm like, what can I possibly do here, man? I don't know what else to do. So you know what? I'm looking around. I can't get underneath the bed. I can't get inside the closet. I can't sit out on the windowsill. So guess what, St. Peter? Check this out. I hid, get this, inside the refrigerator.
The third man looked at the first man with confusion.
I mean, really? Who throws the refrigerator through the window? Huh?
Well, we may never know which man St. Peter led into heaven that day, but we do know the moral of this story is, if you cheat on your husband, sell your shoes and stock the damn refrigerator. This has been Storytime with me, your host, Alien Stone.
I'm joined right now by a very special guest. You might know him as Merle from The Walking Dead. It's actor Michael Rooker. So you're listening to Alien Stone.
I'll never be able to say all that. I don't say anything that has to do with alien stones. I don't like talking about aliens, and I definitely don't like talking about their stones. So no, I can't do that. You can do that one. That's my tag, and I'm sticking to it.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with The Prospect.
Hello, sports fans. Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The Washington Wizards have a lot to feel down for, as they're the first team in the restarted NBA bubble to be eliminated. Their loss to the New Orleans Pelicans, 118-107, also gave the Orlando Magic the last playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Another team to clinch the playoff spot is the Brooklyn Nets after winning against the Sacramento Kings, 119-106. The NBA playoff scenario is taking shape after an anxiety-ridden shortened season that had many people wondering if the league would get to this point at all. Teams are hustling on and off the court to get all the games played as possible. Locker rooms are thoroughly cleaned and sanitized as teams enter and exit. Players are still in quarantine to help stop the spread of COVID within the league. It is worth noting, though, that since testing started in early July, no NBA players have tested positive for the virus. It shows that a sport filled with players that should, quote, shut up and dribble, as one person put it, has better control over the pandemic than the entire country. The Miami Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals have pretty much spoiled baseball's late start with huge outbreaks within the organizations, and we're not even a month into the season. Home openers have been rescheduled or canceled at a time where the absence of diehard fans ready to see their teams take the field, is hitting the sport harder than previously thought, unless you're the Houston Astros, then it's a welcome sight. It's really affecting the players the hardest, as many are opting out of the shortened season and possibly the postseason altogether for fear of contracting a virus. Commissioner Rob Manfred has already said that the outbreak within the Marlins isn't to be treated as a, quote, nightmare to the situation, but is unfortunately open to the possibility of shutting it down. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Say until next time, Prospect out.
No masks required. It's the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in South Dakota.
Organizers say they expect 250,000 people to pass through the event, taking place over several days, and that's half of what they'd normally get. Screw COVID. I went to Sturgis, read the design on one T-shirt being sold. Most people not wearing masks, like Dwayne Ramker.
Not too many people are worried about COVID.
Daily virus cases have been trending upward in South Dakota, but the 7-day average is still only around 84, with fewer than 2 deaths per day. Sturgis officials plan to mass test residents to try to detect and halt outbreaks. I'm Julie Walker.
Given the pandemic, up to 100 million more people around the world may wind up living on $1.90 a day, says the World Bank, most in sub-Saharan Africa. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh my God. What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Welcome back to The Attack, everybody. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We are broadcasting live directly into your vajir holes on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, Lime City Radio, and the Paranormal Junkyard Radio Network. Then we've got a laundry list of fantastic affiliates in replay and syndication around the world, like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, WRFN. We're talking about IRN Internet Radio, Western Reserve Digital Radio, 97.1 KGSP FM, Get Smashed Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, and on and on and on, man. Wherever you are listening, 1-313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. That's how you can call me. You can text me also if you decide to use the Skype line. That's Alien Stone and the number 1. Alien Stone 1. Don't spell out 1, you'd be wrong. Alien Stone 1. Remember, the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space starts at 9 a.m. For those of you just tuning in right now, you're late! So, next time, set an alarm. I don't know what to tell you. Gonna go ahead and jump right back into the music for you because I tried to find comedy in the news, and remember, nothing's funny anymore. So, it's gonna take me a little bit to get my proverbial stuff together. Being nice there with that. And in the meantime, how about Wings of a Dragon? Haven't played this in a long time. Detroit band, well, Detroit area band, 6E. A big friend of the show, a big friend of the radio station. They come out every year. Well, they were coming out every year for the 36 Hours of Alien Xmas Radiothon that we do. And here is their song, Wings of a Dragon by 6E on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Dragon, can you feel his brain? Withered in madness, he longs to be in the hall of fame. Riding the wings of dragon, riding the wings of dragon. Standing at the scene of the crime, he knows he's guilty. Blood-covered memories linger in the mind of a rock star. Riding the wings of dragon, riding the wings of dragon. Riding the wings of dragon, riding the wings of dragon.
With me now is Norman St. John Pole Vaulter, who for the last few years has been contradicting people. St. John Pole Vaulter, why do you contradict people?
I don't!
But you told me that you did.
I most certainly did not.
Oh, I see. I'll start again.
No, you won't.
I understand you don't contradict people.
Yes, I do.
And when didn't you start contradicting them?
I did, in 1952.
1952?
1947.
23 years ago.
No!
some kind of reward. And I need every penny I can get to pay for my Porsche, my ex-wife's child support. What would it do for me if I did the job for you? What would it do for me if I did the job for you?
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
Jolting tales of horror. Creep Show. From the author of Carrie, The Shining, and Cujo. And the creator of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. You'll scream at ghastly ghouls. Cringe at weird kids. And shiver at the doings of evil doctors.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Verrill.
Creep Show will grab you, grow on you, and give you the creeps.
No, this is going to be an entirely new experience.
Creep Show, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
And now it's time to answer just a few questions.
All right, everybody. Once again, it is that time I look forward to each and every week. It's the time that I get to make the unit feel a little uncomfortable.
I'm shutting off Facebook. I'm shutting off the computer. Let's do this.
Wow, he's going to focus today. He's going to focus, man. We're on this.
Oh, Danielson, don't forget to breathe. Very important. Into the nose, out to the mouth.
So for those of you that want to play along, that want to answer just a few questions, you can give me a call right now.
I'm surprised Man Martin hasn't called in today.
At 1-313-444-8919. Again, that's 1-313-444-8919. I just made sure that they are open. The Alien X lines are open. So, here we go. Are you ready, sir?
If I say yes, would you believe me?
Maybe.
Then no.
I'll go forward anyway.
Question number 1.
Question number 1.
You are a top secret operative working for an unofficial government agency that uses a very unique technology to right wrongs and dispense justice without arrests or convictions. You transmit your consciousness into that of another person who has been wronged in some way. They could be anywhere in the world at any time in history or future. After assuming control over the other person, you begin implementing the necessary actions to turn the tables on the offenders. That's right. You have been recruited by the Karma Police to dispense discreet justice and return while going completely undetected. Are you ready for your first training mission?
Bring it.
Bring it. As the technicians strap you into your seat and attach dozens of electrodes all over your head and body, you close your eyes and go into your uploading program. You are now connected to the mainframe and will receive your mission details. You will be assuming the identity of Ernest Belchner, a bicycle shop owner in Ontario, Canada. The year will be 2020. A man will come in the shop who has a bit of history with Ernest. He was a bully back in high school that used to embarrass and beat you up weekly. He doesn't seem to recognize you. He is there to buy a bike. So, what do? A, tell him go take your business elsewhere. That'll show him. B, pull a shotgun from behind the counter and blow off all 4 of his limbs before finally a headshot. C, tamper with the brakes so that they will fail at high speeds. Or D, tamper with the bike seat so it will fail, sending the seat mount through the seat and violently up his ass.
Oh, I'm definitely going with D.
Now, well, wait a minute. Remember, you also, now we have the return of the wild card answer you can choose.
Care.
The make up your own answer.
No!
You're going with D.
All right, fine.
Metal up the ass.
Metal up the ass.
I'm with that, too. That's a good one. So D is your answer.
I mean, I'm surprised that one wasn't the wild card.
No, the wild card answer is that you did not choose. Change his paperwork from 1/5/20 to 1/5/2015 and claim that he has never made a payment in the last 5 years, ruin his credit, and watch him fall into financial dire straits, lose his wife and kids, develops a drug problem leading him to eventual suicide.
Same thing.
Same thing. And your bonus question, do you remember an Ernest Belchner type kid in your high school? And did you or did you not bully or make fun of him?
I was him.
You were him. So it's yes and no. All right, excellent. So, question number two.
Question number two.
Question number 2.
On your second mission, the scene is a small concert venue. Several local bands are opening up for a national act. All of the opening bands play their guts out and fully entertain the audience. The headlining act is about to take the stage. Now, you have been sent back in time for this one because the events of this day originally went as follows. After the opening acts finished, the headliner, Dokken, took the stage. After fighting with his own sound issues, the lead singer made the decision to blame it all on the opening bands, calling them screamers. You have just assumed the identity of Don Dokken just as he takes the stage. What do? A, start singing Mary Had a Little Lamb during Dream Warriors. B, tell the audience the set will be played a full step and a half down as you are far too old to rock out anymore, and that the show will be cut short as your bedtime is now 8:30 p.m. C, take your pants off and begin masturbating during Alone Again solo. Or D, climb to the top of the speakers and stage dive. Literally, stage dive onto the stage where no one will catch you. You will be pulled out just before impact, leaving Don Dokken for the face plant. You also have a wild card answer, or make up your own answer, and go.
So let me get this straight.
You are now Don Dokken.
I am now Don Dokken.
Right before he did all that crap to you.
Right before he did all that stuff.
Yeah. What's he going to do?
I want to hear the wild card answer on this one.
Wild card answer is... This is the one you're choosing now.
I'm going with it.
Announce to the audience that you will be getting a sex change, marrying Barry Manilow, and writing a Broadway musical adaptation of Mr. Scary, a story of toxic masculinity. You like that one, huh?
Dude. What time did you get up today?
I got up late today, actually.
Man. That's freaking creative, bro. That's all I'm saying. Your imagination. What the Florida.
And now your bonus question is, what's your favorite Don Dokken song?
Actually, it's a George Lynch song. It's Mr. Scary. Okay? Just because it was, it's the only one where he doesn't sing on. So that is my favorite Dawkins song.
I like that one, too. So anyway, moving right along.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. After 1 year of service, you are given 1 week's paid vacation, a cash bonus, and a freelance pass. A freelance pass is a one-time personal use license to use the equipment for your own application. This means you will get to choose who you will be, where you will go, and what time in which it will take place. Then you will submit a detailed plan outlining your intentions and targets involved and the outcome expected. You cannot change history, so you can't be Hitler's mom and get an abortion. It must be about your life. Someone who has wronged you in some way and could use a dose of karma. So, you will need to answer these questions right off the bat. Who will you be? Where will you go? In what time will it take place? What will you do? Who will you do it to? And what is the expected outcome? So who has wronged you? Holy shit. That you got to get even with? Dude. Who are you going to get even with?
Fudge, man. This is a deep question.
It's deep. That's why we started early today.
All right. Here's
somebody wronged you. Somebody stuck it in you. And it messed you up in your brain.
I'm just going to say my ex-wife.
Your ex-wife. Okay, so that's your ex-wife. Now, where in the world are you going to be? Where do you have to go to intercept her to be able to do what you're going to do?
I have to go back to Milford, Michigan. This is like a therapy session real quick right now, dude. This is deep. Okay. I don't know the exact year, but I remember it was Mother's Day.
That's great. Mother's Day back in the day.
Back in the day, it was on Mother's Day. It was in Milford, Michigan.
So that's where it takes place.
Yep.
And when? Who are you going to be?
Who
to
am
be
I
able
to be?
to remember, you're going to do things to get even with her. So who are you going to assume?
I can't be myself?
I guess you could assume yourself back then. Yeah, you can take over your old body.
Yeah, I want to take over my old body.
All right.
Okay. And then go back to the house about 10 minutes earlier before the dude started walking out my back door.
Gotcha. So what is the expected outcome?
Choke slamming him through my deck.
All right. That's very good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So the wild card answers are as follows.
How can you have a wild card answer for that one?
Here it is. Here's the wild card answer for you. Who would you be? You would be a proctologist. Where will you go? The proctology's office examination room. In what time will it take place? The day after your birth. What will you do? Grease up the patient's ass with a healthy dose of Igor's lube and punch into the darkness like an angry ninja warrior. Who will you do it to? The doctor that slapped you on the ass when you were born. And what is the expected outcome? A little pressure that may cause some discomfort. See, you could have chosen that. And your
I
bonus.
could have. But you made me think too hard and too deep real fast, dude. Not wagga wagga.
And your bonus question. After hollowing out the good doctor with your walnut-sized knuckles, would you call him an Uber or just, I'm done with you, and leave cab fare on the nightstand?
Oh, I'd definitely be I'm done with you. Leave cab fare on the nightstand.
Done. All right, sir. Thank you for participating. This has been...
Is there no lightning strikes during this
Oh,
one?
I forgot there's lightning strikes.
Are you for real?
Where's the paper? Oh,
am I taking over this thing again?
Yeah, you actually have to. It is now time for Lightning Crashes. I thought we were finishing too early. Finish this line. A proctologist with poor blank perception.
Depth.
Very good, very good. So, you get a lightning strikes for that. True or false? Girls' bikes don't have the nutcracker bar, not because they don't have nuts, but because they wear dresses.
True.
Very true, very true. Very, very true. Cry of the Gypsy, Dokken song or Alien Stone's favorite porno?
Both.
I haven't seen Cry of the Gypsy, but I've heard it. What's great for dry, flaky elbows?
Igor's Lube.
Very good, very good, very good. Finish this line. Hi, my name is Don Dokken, and I'm a blank.
Douchebag.
Douche.
And the boxer came in on.
What's great for squeaky hinges?
Igor's Lube.
Very good, very good, very good. Stage dive, crowd crawl, or stay on the frickin' stage?
Stay on the frickin' stage.
Absolutely. They tell you to break a leg, they don't mean try to break a leg.
They don't mean literally break a leg.
Right.
Right.
Finish this line. I got my blank stuck in a gravy boat.
Hand. Arm. Fist.
Got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. You've been hearing this commercial for, 3 years? I don't know how long it's been on, but...
Same thing. 220, 221.
No, man, you got to be exactly right. Exactly.
Pulling shenanigans on this whole game now.
And next one. Who writes the songs that makes the whole world sing?
I don't remember who wrote that.
2, 1. He was mentioned earlier in just a few questions. Mr. Barry Manilow.
It was, too.
Barry Manilow.
Son.
Right.
Did you know? Did you know? You didn't either. All right, cool.
They don't want to admit it. And finally, what can help you get out of a tight situation or into one, for that matter?
Igor's Lube!
Igor's Lube. All right, everybody, that has been just a few questions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You got me, Doc. I'm going. Everything is getting dark. I'm gonna kick the bucket.
Wait! The rabbit kicked the bucket!
The rabbit kicked the bucket. 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 The bucket.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. The U.S. has now confirmed 5 million coronavirus cases since the start of the pandemic, but health officials believe the actual number is closer to 50 million, giving testing limitations and other factors. Congress's negotiations aimed at providing a financial rescue package for Americans have collapsed. President Trump stepped in over the weekend, signing executive orders providing $400 a week for eligible Americans, though states would have to pay $100 of that. And he deferred payroll taxes, among other things. But his orders face an almost certain legal challenge, and Democrats say he's just showboating ahead of the election.
At his New Jersey golf club Saturday, President Trump signed executive actions that he said
are going to be very important and will take care of pretty much this entire situation.
On ABC's This Week, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer had this description.
In one word could be paltry, in 3 words, unworkable, weak, and far too narrow.
And Senator Ben Sasse calls the moves unconstitutional slop. But White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow tells ABC's This Week,
we're going to go ahead with our actions anyway.
Ben Thomas, Washington.
Overnight in Portland, Oregon,
this has been declared a riot.
Authorities again declared a riot after protesters marched to a police union building, blocked the road, and set dumpster fires. Protests have been going on nightly since George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis. Portland resident June Walker says one of her neighbors was peacefully protesting when they got hit by a riot-controlled munition.
It's not looting and shooting people and burning up businesses.
She talked to KOIN TV. China is announcing sanctions against 11 high-profile Americans just days after the U.S. put 11 Chinese and Hong Kong officials on a sanctions list. This is AP News.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for Mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
I took my baby on a Saturday thing. Boy, you said girl with you, yes, for one in the same.
Give me some static!
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, folks, welcome. It's hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. For those of you just tuning in, you're late. We start at 9 a.m. Eastern each and every Monday, the not-so-much-fun day. That's right. Monday is the beginning of most people's work week, so we kind of help you lubricate the beginning of that thing so, it doesn't just, get you all stretched out right there at the beginning of, the beginning of the week. Anyway, I'm going to take you all the way up to lunchtime. That's right, folks. We got one more hour. I know that we're on worldwide, so there's some places they're going lunchtime. It's about dinner time. That's right. Well, whatever, folks. Here I am. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Broadcasting live on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, Lime City Radio, and the Paranormal Junkyard Radio Network, as well as fine affiliates and other great, fantastic stations in syndication and replay around the world, like 97.1 KGSB Get Smashed FM in Seattle, Washington, Mile High Radio, Good Talk Radio, Western Reserve Digital Radio, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, and 920 WON The Apple in New York City. Yes, New York City. Folks, got an hour left, We got some music for your vagir holes, as usual. Got to bring you the replay of yesterday's live Just a Few Questions, which is called Social Media Makeover, where I had D-Unit put together a brand spanking new social media to replace all of the other social media, which has become anti-social media. But anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later on. First, we're going to play some music for your vagir holes. And I want to mention this just real quick too, okay? Because I keep hearing in the news, we were at a protest and we were peacefully protesting, and then people started, knocking over cars and starting fires in the dumpsters, and then the police came down the street and they announced that this has been declared a riot. So I kept peacefully protesting with the guy to my left burning a car and the guy to my right beating up somebody in the street and the guy behind me throwing a rock. And then when all of a sudden they started doing stuff to stop the riot, they got me, and I'm a peaceful protester. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? You know, at some point you have to realize that the group that you were in is no longer doing what you were doing when you got there. And once that group has gotten tipped to the other direction, you have to go away. You have to leave that group. If it doesn't represent you anymore and has become a point where it is no longer a group of individuals protesting, has become a monstrous, violent machine that's moving and you have no longer control over it, you need to get out of it. If you're not participating in it, you need to get out of it, because they cannot distinguish between everybody when that much violence is going on. But anyway, that's my opinion, and I do apologize for stepping outside of the funny for just a minute here, but it really gets on my nerves. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and start the music for your Vajir holes. Oh, that did not show up. Why did that not show up? Damn it. I hate when I move songs around and I don't know where I put them. That bums me out. So anyway, I will get to a Sabrina Fala song momentarily, but first I have to find a little something else to play since that one is no longer available. So we'll start things off with Black Sunshine, and Earth is the name of the tune on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Time to act is Aha! Maybe it's a way you wear your hair. Started up in rouge, you're always there. Standing on your own, the lamplight bleeding makes me wanna cut right to the bone. For love, maybe it's a sort of things you wear. All the little ways you show you care. Always on your lonesome, the lamplight bleeding makes you wanna cut you right to the bone. Mama said I'm not to. No, my mom can be mean. Mama said I'm not to. She can make such a scene. No, my mom told me not to. And you know my mom can be mean. Mama said I'm not to. And mommy is the queen. Hey!
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
I'm going to show you something that's going to totally change your life completely forever.
She's a brunette from Southern California. And he's not.
I need romance. I need surprises. A UFO landed in my pool. They captured me. I fed them Pop-Tarts, but you've got to cut their hair.
What did you say?
They may be from outer space.
So, they can still be dates.
I think we could just make them look more sort of human.
Hey, come on, everybody. We're doing a makeover.
Underneath, they're more than human.
Wow, you're incredible.
I can fix you up with some bodacious chicks just like that.
I can't believe you're printing an alien in front of all these people. I'm going home with him.
Are we limp and hard to manage?
Wait a minute, are you like coming on to me?
Her boyfriend's a doctor
I've never, ever been unfaithful to you.
whose treatment is totally alienating.
Here comes Dr. Love.
And her new love's an alien who's more than accommodating.
Do you own your own home or do you rent it?
Gina Davis, Julie Brown, and Jeff Goldblum in a film directed by Julian Temple and produced by Tony Garnett.
I just don't want you to think Earth girls are easy.
Earth girls are easy.
got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
All right, everybody, welcome back to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space, broadcasting to you live on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, and Lime City Radio. And we got fantastic affiliates around the world like United Sounds Choice Radio in Amsterdam, Prodcore Radio in Canada, and Good Talk Radio in Colorado, amongst many, many others like Western Reserve Digital Radio in Ohio, and on and on and on. If you're one of those station owners that's checking me out, but hey, you want to have one of these awesome shows on your radio network, all you got to do is contact me, Alienstone at alienxradio.com. That's Alienstone at alienxradio.com. Shows include Inside the Mothership, a 2-hour broadcast. It goes live 12 noon Eastern every Sunday. You got the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. It goes live at 7 a.m. Eastern every Monday. The shows are available for syndication and replay on whatever day your station happens to want to air them and whatever time slot. Just contact me and we'll be happy to send them on over to you, include you in the affiliates Dropbox folder and such. We've also brought back Don't Touch the Hair for more of the music-based stations out there. It's a 1-hour show bringing you, of course, everything that is hair bands from the 80s and the early 90s, of course. Everything from Bon Jovi and Judas Priest and you name it. It's all that stuff. And it's hosted by myself. It's hosted by D-Unit. It's hosted by myself and D-Unit. Mad Martin is going to be all involved in it. So maybe you're interested in that one as well. By all means, let me know. Alienstone at alienxradio.com. Going to take a short break, pause in the action for station identification. We got to bring you up to date with a news report. That's right. We do news around here. Why? I don't know why. Because it's all crap anymore anyway, right? Can you believe any of it? Like, I've been listening to the news I've already been playing, you know, and these are brand new news stories just recorded from the official news stations this morning before going on the air. And I'm listening to it and going, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap, that's crap. It's amazing. Anyway, here's some more crap. The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Yeah! And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
International donors have pledged nearly $300 million to help rebuild Beirut after a huge explosion last week. NPR's Eleanor Beardsley reports the money was raised in a video conference hosted by French President Emmanuel Macron.
Macron hosted the conference with other world leaders, including President Trump, from his vacation retreat on the French Riviera. There's been a global outpouring of sympathy and grief for Lebanon after a blast ripped through Beirut's main port on Tuesday, killing 158 people, injuring more than 6,000, and destroying a swath of the city. Macron was the first world leader to visit the destruction. Over the weekend, protesters stormed government ministries in Beirut and trashed the offices of the Association of Lebanese Banks. The so-called Switzerland of the Middle East was already in crisis over decades of mismanagement and what the protesters believe is negligence by a corrupt political elite and the COVID crisis. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Paris.
Election officials in Puerto Rico suspended primary election voting on Sunday in some precincts for the U.S. territory's governor's race. Some polling stations received no ballots, even though people stood in line for hours to vote. Affected precincts will reopen next Sunday. Police in Portland, Oregon declared a riot on Sunday night. Some protesters set a fire inside a police union building and ignited dumpster fires. Some protesters had set fire inside the same union building on Saturday night. Portland police also declared a riot at that time. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.
You know, it's about to start getting pretty hot outside. I think it's time I have a professional check out my air conditioning unit.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh, listen to his voice. I hope he grows up to be another singer like Frank Sinatra.
I hope he's gonna be another Albert Einstein.
Gee.
Say, why leave important matters like heredity to chance? Well, now you don't have to. If you buy Crapco's amazing in-home gene splicer from Crapco. Yes, determine the sex, size, and personality of your next child in minutes instead of months. Here's what you get. The Crapco Chromosome Spice of Life Rack, featuring 25 tubes of real designer genes. Yes, it's that slimy goo that makes you you. Pick from brown eyes, blue eyes, boxers, ballerinas, big ears, or big what have you. Never fear, you're the genetic engineer. With the amazing Crapco in-home gene splicer from Crapco. Yes, for just $29.99, $95.99, this could be you.
E equals MC squared. How about you?
My boy the singer.
My son the scientist. That's right, create your own Frank Einstein with the amazing Crapco in-home gene splicer. Buy Crapco. Get one for your dog, too. Remember, at Crapco, we always say, if you buy this, you'll buy anything.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
All right, folks, we've reached that time in the broadcast when we're gonna go back in time a little bit. Wow, I said go back in time, and I don't have the back in time thing ready to go, and that's bad radio. So what we're gonna do is this.
You see, we got the power to turn back time.
Okay, we're gonna go back to a live broadcast yesterday. Each and every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, a show called Inside the Mothership goes live, hosted by myself and D-Unit. And we have a segment on there called Just a Few Questions. Just a Few Questions is when I come up with just a few random questions that get really out of control and get really stupid. I put people in ridiculous situations and ask them to do ridiculous things. So, without further delay, let's go ahead and get to yesterday's episode, which I have named Social Media Makeover. It's just a few questions on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Time to answer just a few questions.
All right, folks, it is once again time to answer just a few questions. Are you ready, sir, for this?
Nope.
You never are. You can't be ready. It's like a dog in a car making a turn. You're never ready. Ever. You can even say, hey, dog, we're going to make a turn. He's like, boom, falls over.
Hold on. They look at you like, huh?
Exactly.
Like, they know they're supposed to do something. They just have no idea what they're supposed to do.
Just a few questions, because dogs are never ready for turns. Anyway, here we go. I don't have any of my sound effects ready. See, I'm all jacked right now.
Question number 1.
Question number one is social media. It was invented so that people can stay connected, share the lives that they live with one another, and, of course, cat videos. MySpace was a place for people to express their creativity with customized pages and musical backgrounds. But it became a place for hackers to spread viruses and steal information. So Facebook quickly took over. The creativity was removed for the pages, but it was still for keeping in touch and sharing our lives. But the scam started. The political and propaganda began. The paid advertisements started, and soon it became unfriendly to be social. It became a place to fight. TikTok, Twitter, FaceTime, and all the others. And all the others they all start out with the best of intentions, but sooner or later fall to the money and politics. So today, you will be creating a brand new social media site. First, let's address some of the things you will allow on your platform that others don't, and some of the things you will not allow that other platforms do. A. You will allow pornographic images and videos of consensual adults, but not allow pictures of people's food unless they have enough for everybody and are ready to send it to you globally with Grubhub. I hate when someone shows me a delicious plate of food, I'm hungry, and I can't have none. Stop! That's teasing me. It's not fair. Do not allow members to identify themselves by race, religion, sexual orientation, or political affiliation, bringing everyone to the party as equals, free from prejudgment. Instead of allowing members to classify themselves as, instead you will allow them to classify themselves as meat popsicles, organic matter, intergalactic superstars, and Tom from MySpace. So these are going to be their category. That's what they're called. Okay, you're not a white person, you're not a black person. You're either a meat popsicle or something of that nature.
Totally not.
All right. C. Allow any article about anything be posted by anyone as long as they also include a disclaimer that says, if you are coming to social media for news, you are also probably living your life according to tarot cards and astrology. Not allowing people to get offended by other people's posts, adding a button that reads, I'm offended by this. And after a member hits that button, it immediately deletes their profile and sends them an audio file of a baby crying. You're not allowed to be on here if you're going to get all upset. Or D, not allow any political ads. Allow a streaming feature like Sling that allows you to organize and customize channels of your favorite cat videos, people being hit in the nuts, and people building stuff out of other stuff. And there is a wild card answer. And go.
I feel like I like this is my opening, just a rant about everything that I hate about social media. Like you just opened up that door.
Yeah.
And everything that's frustrated inside of me just wants to just lurch out like a lion.
Right. That's why you get to make your own new social media.
Man.
To stop all that nonsense.
But there's so much of, like on each one of those that I would take with me.
Right. That's why it's so hard, you know. It's like Sophie's Choice 4 times here. He just cracked his neck, folks.
Oh, man, dude. Social media is made by Satan.
Thus far.
I mean, out of them all, B is the one, but I would combine them all. But to an extent, like, what's the wild card?
The wild card answer is for people who are offended but don't want to get their profile deleted by hitting the I'm offended by this button, You will add a unique feature called scrolling. This will allow the offended person to simply scroll past that which offends them and onto the next cat video. That's a unique feature, everybody.
That's definitely the most comical one.
Okay.
But I would go with the first part of B, and I think the first part of C.
So do not allow members to identify themselves by race, religion, sexual orientation, or political affiliation, bringing everyone to the party as equals, free from prejudgment.
Yep.
And then you said the first half of C?
I think so.
Allow any article about anything be posted by anyone as long as they include a disclaimer that says...
No, that wasn't it.
No.
Definitely wasn't it.
All right.
We'll just go with that. We'll just go with B.
B it is?
Sorry.
B it is. Okay. So, now... We're moving on to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Live streaming has become a big part of social media. You can simply go live from anywhere in the world to be seen and heard by anyone, anywhere else in the world. This is a powerful thing. How will you inject a bit of steroids into this concept to eventually make your live streaming service the most wanted and used in the world? Would you A, allow consensual adult pornography and nudity to the fullest allowance of the law with a simulcast to Pornhub and YouPorn for an extra fee, of course? No. B, build an online... There's a fly on my screen that's moving all my stuff around. He literally grabbed a whole window and moved it across the thing. That's hilarious. Awesome. Anyway, B, build an online television studio complete with effects, multi-camera switcher, automated overlays, and audio elements. This will really make your next live porno pop. Just hanging on to the porno idea live. It's not happening. C, get licensed so that all of your members can live stream any video that they take at any live concert anywhere that they are attending or have pre-recorded. Copyrights will be handled. Disclaimer, this does not allow you to hide cameras in the ladies' locker room, folks. You'll still go to jail for that. Or D, add a live streaming radio player to the user's profile just like the one in your car. You can tune into any radio station streaming on the platform. You can scan or create your own preset channels. 1 would be the Rock Nation. Channel 2 could be Rap Nation. Channel 3, Alien Stone tuning his guitar for 10 minutes to play a 3.5-minute song. Or Channel 4, Gregorian chant music and throat singing. And so on and so on. And there's a wild card answer. And go.
I'm liking D on that one.
You like a D. It'd be like a little radio down like in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
And like so-and-so, your friend on the platform has a radio station that they're running. And you can put... Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
It's like Social XM.
Write it down. Put it in the book. Write it down on the list. We got
Social XM, man.
Wow.
I like that. That was a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Good idea.
Just a few questions. It's good for a lot of stuff. It's good for a lot of stuff. It gets your hands out stuck from a gravy boat and everything.
What was A again?
A was allow consensual adult pornography and nudity to the fullest allowance of the law with a simulcast to Pornhub and YouPorn for an extra fee.
That wouldn't happen because there's a lot of people out there on social media just that I would not want to have to see naked.
Well, that's the scrolling part, remember?
Yeah, but no, because we didn't force that one through, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, you got to
rethink stuff. Okay. All right, cool.
So,
that'd be horrible if you just...
I already have to see the people at Walmart. Imagine if you gave them permission to be naked.
And doing it. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. Okay. The wild card answer you did not choose was all of the above.
Oh, damn,
and
I went with that.
And you add a special dick pic channel for the Karens. Because while they act like they're all high and mighty, the Karens all love a good dick pic.
My mom's name's Karen. That's so... I swear to Christ. That's so awesome.
But you know what I mean by Karens.
Oh, I got you.
Not specifically a Karen.
Oh, I know, right?
Wow. And your bonus question. Oh, it's going to happen again, I'm sure. Bonus question. With the green screen feature of your streaming service.
Oh, hell yeah. We love me some green screen.
What default backgrounds can the members access for free on your site? Would it be A, city skyline, library, and blood-splattered wall?
Sure, that'd be one of them.
B, waterfall, surface of the moon, and sink full of hair? Or C, a school, grocery store, or the inside of a Turkish prison?
Oh, man, it's got to be C.
It's going to be C. And you can get A and B for a little extra fee.
Yeah. See, I was thinking make up my own answer, go with D, all the above, for low price of $29.95. But wait! There's more! Act now! The first 10 callers will get
a restroom bathroom!
Splattered in Igor's loo.
Oh, yes. That's a great background. All right. Man, things, I'm telling you, things get kind of crazy right now. Am I on the right thing here?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. I moved the pages around laughing. All right, so.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 goes like this. A lot of social media sites have different types of pages that you can set up. A profile, a public figure, a fan page, a business page, and such. This is more of a people site than a business, fan, or promotional site. So instead, you will let everyone add themselves to whatever group they wish to be in, switching from one to the other at any time. Here are the groups to choose from and their definitions. First group is the dickheads. They stir the pot and enrage others intentionally. Crybabies get offended by everything and hurt feelings. Here we go again, dude. The Karens and the Garys. Domestic Hitlers.
Dude, you want to know what's even more effed up?
Don't tell me your dad's name is Gary.
My dad's name was Gary.
Shut up! I'm dead right now.
Oh.
I am dead right now.
Wow. Dude, on everything I own, everything. Gary Williams Samp, Karen Ian Romano Samp, done.
Dude, I'm dead. I toiled over at 3 different names to choose to be the male version of the Karen. And it came down to a video I saw of a guy mad that somebody else was shoveling the sidewalk and putting the snow on his property, and his name was Gary. And at the very end, he's like, okay, Gary. And I was like, okay, that's the one I'm going to go with.
Love you, Pop.
Well, according to this, they're the domestic Hitlers, but obviously not your Karen and Gary.
I'm gonna go
Clearly
with it
not.
No matter what, dude. That's my answer.
I'm going to move on. The horn dogs, which are the perverts.
Oh, man.
The stoners are alchemists and elemental experimentists. The jocks, all sports all the time. The Tide Pod eaters and condom snorters. They're like the crybabies, but they like to do online challenges. The nerds, all tech and science all of the time. No one gets laid. The meat popsicles, do nothing people. Guys with chicks' names, home to all of the Kellys, Carols, Baileys, Leslies, and more. Organic matter, the do less than nothing people. The weirdos, the weird people. And people who have seen the inside of a Turkish prison. Duh. And finally, intergalactic superstars. That's people who listen to Alien X Radio. These are the category or the groups that they can choose. In keeping with everyone is equal theme, you will not be allowed profile pictures either of any kind. So instead, you will be offered a wide variety of avatars to choose from. What avatars do you think would most be popular in these particular groups? A, the horn dogs. There's 3 of them. Which one is the most popular? Would it be Bill Cosby, Ron Jeremy, or Bill Clinton in the horn dogs?
Man.
Bill Cosby, Ron Jeremy, or Bill Clinton? That's a tough one, ain't it?
It is. It could be any of them. Oh
my God! There could be anything in there. I'm sorry.
I guess I want to say Ron Jeremy, but I mean it could be Bill Clinton or Bill Cosby. It's all of them.
I will accept one. I can't make my decision answer, and And I'll take
It's going to be Ron Jeremy. Now I get it. Now I got why.
So it's Ron. You got why?
I understand why.
You understand why?
Because he was referred to as the hedgehog.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. So he's the horn dog.
There you go. Right?
Because he's a hedgehog, which is close.
Am I right or wrong?
There's no right or wrong.
Oh.
That is your choice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Ron
chose
Jeremy.
that one. Yeah. Now, of the group, the nerds, who would be the most popular avatar? Bill Gates, Stephen Hawking, or Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Ooh, Hawking.
Hawking, exactly. And every time you click on it, you got...
You were hoping I was going to choose that name. You had that all set up, ready to go. That's terrible.
And who do you think the best
going to hell.
You're going to hell, Sheldon. Who would be the best avatar for the Weirdos group?
Oh.
Pee Wee Herman, Kanye West, or Johnny Depp?
I want to go with Marilyn Manson for 1,000 balance, but Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman. That's kind of a weirdo. Yep.
But you know what? He played such other good stuff, dude.
He did. He played other stuff.
Like Jeremy and Blow. I know you probably didn't watch that because it also had Johnny Depp in it, but he
yeah, he did good. He was also in Batman.
It's true.
Yeah. Batman's dad, wasn't he? No, he was Penguin's dad or something like that, wasn't he? Wasn't he the Cobblepot? I don't remember. Who was somebody's dad?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy? Pee Wee Herman? Wow. All right, so now come up with an avatar for the following groups. You get to come up with your own avatar. Who do you think would be the best avatar for these ones? Organic Matter, which is the do less than nothing people. Who do you think would represent the do less than nothing people?
Oh, I got to pick. Oh, I don't. I got nobody.
Garfield.
There you go.
That's a good one. See how that works?
Yeah, okay.
So the Jocks, all sports all the time.
The Jocks, all sports all the time. I'm going to go with Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. That's a good one.
Dude, I don't know.
To represent sports, that's a good one.
Yes. Bro, and I'm just saying this because of this. If you haven't watched The Last Dance on Netflix, I'm not into basketball and stuff like that too, but I'm in. Great. That guy, dude, seriously. He was the shiznit. Plain and simple. All right, go on. Sorry.
Okay, dude. What avatars should represent the Karens and the Garys?
I'm going to go with my mom and my dad, dude.
My God. Oh, my God.
I have to.
That is just too much for me. How many coincidences can there be in one day?
Wow.
That's freakish, dude. It's just freakish. Your bonus question is, would you join other groups if you should be in the dickhead group, and why? So if you should be in the dickhead group, would you intentionally join other groups, and why?
Yeah, I would.
And why?
Because I'm a dickhead.
Exactly. Now.
You got something in there that says, like, Mark or Jeremy? I'm leaving. I'm just saying. Because those will be my two brothers. So if
you already mentioned Jeremy, Ron Jeremy.
That's okay.
I will mark that time.
Okay.
And now, lightning strikes! Lightning strikes. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy, dude.
Emojis or simple thumbs up or thumbs down?
Emojis.
The answer is, who cares? It's all good. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's all good. It's all good. People who get mad at someone for commenting on their post belongs in what group? The Dickheads group or the Crybabies group? Or both?
I'm going to go both.
Exactly. Somebody who posts something that doesn't want you to, is either going to be crying about it or just pissed at you. So either way, you're either a dickhead or you're a crybaby. Yeah. Good one. See, you almost didn't let me finish the question.
Yeah.
I would have screwed it all up. See. Scroll or troll? Well,
scroll?
The answer is whatever your pleasure. The eggplant emoji, is it phallic or food?
Phallic, man.
It's food, you perverts.
Oh, terrible.
Taco emoji, racist or delicious? That's phallic. I took that off the table because I knew you'd say that. Racist or delicious?
Delicious.
The answer is delicious, y'all, you racists.
Tell me you got the peach one next.
No, I skipped that way. Oh, man. Bangkok, city or channel on your streaming service?
It's a city.
It's a city. I certainly hope so. It's the city of love. Strange positions.
Oh, man.
Extreme close-up. A camera shot or mouthwash mixed with vodka?
Camera shot.
Very good, very good, very good.
Oh, it's terrible.
And that has been Just a Few Questions.
Wow.
And you can hear Just a Few Questions live every Sunday during Inside the Mothership. That goes on the air live at 12 noon Eastern every Sunday on the fantastic stations I'm about to mention right now. Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, and the Lime City Radio Network. Yes, folks, we are nearing the end of the broadcast, and I did promise you some stuff from Sabrina Fala. So without further delay, this is her brand spanking new release. It's called Everything. It's by Sabrina Fala, and you've been listening to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Every time I come back home, something inside me
All right, folks, here we are at the very, very end of the show. I do want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I want to thank all of my fantastic affiliates out there: Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, WCET-FM, the Lime City Radio Network, 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, United Talk Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, IRN Internet Radio, Good Talk Radio, Maha Radio, K89 Radio, and Western Reserve Digital Radio. Wow, that's a lot to say. I probably won't say it that way again. Until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace.
Well, then I know a certain cutie who's sleeping with mommy tonight.
What? I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.